Well, Canada, United States of America, England, Afghanistan, Israel, all you countries out there, I just wanted to say I'm so excited right now. Today is Sunday, May 1st, 2011, and everybody just received word about an hour ago that Osama bin Laden is dead. Ding dong, the douche is gone. And you know what? Yeah, it took a decade. It was about 10 years ago that September 11th happened, the attack on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon and all that stuff. But you know what they say, if something's worth doing, why rush it, right? It took 10 years, roughly, but the important thing right now is that Osama bin Laden, the biggest douchebag on the face of this earth, is dead and gone. And hopefully nobody tries to replace him, because really, who needs that? Who needs any of that? It just baffles me so much when people are evil and mean and hateful, and it takes a very sad person to have to be like that all the time. You look at the simple things in life, I've got some nephews and and a niece, and when I look at them doing very simple, basic, everyday things and how excited and happy they are, it just fills me with this sense of joy. And when I think about something like that, and I compare it to somebody like Osama bin Laden and how they're conducting their life, it throws me just in this spin that I can't comprehend it. It drives me insane. I'm not going to go on too much about that because I have some other stuff that I want to talk about tonight, but I just wanted to mention it because this is truly a historic moment after all of the pain and suffering that not only the United States, I'm sorry if you're American and you're watching this, but you guys were not the only ones that suffered from all of that. And, our hearts, everyone's hearts went out to you guys when all of those things happened almost 10 years ago, but the whole world was affected. Not to be cheesy, but we're all in this together, really. That was so cheesy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's true, right? We're all black, white, brown, slanty eyes, burkas, whatever. It doesn't matter. We are all the same race. And when something that terrible happens, we all feel it. So I'm just really excited right now, and I can't even express how happy I am that Osama bin Laden, the face of Al Qaeda, May 1st, 2011, dead and gone. Sayonara. Hope you burn in hell, because you will. So now the real reason for why I am making my video tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about television shows. I was talking with my lovely mother about maybe 2 weeks or so ago about how TV has changed so much in the last couple decades. Oof, makes me feel old. But we were reminiscing about how when I was growing up, when I was a wee lad, if you will, we used to gather around on Friday nights and watch ABC's TGIF lineup. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it consisted of Full House, Family Matters, Perfect Strangers, and Step by Step, I think. Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers. What can I say about that? But anyways, now it really upsets me that TV has decided to take a turn for, not the worst, but a little bit of a macabre turn, if you will. I find that nowadays the only things that are on TV are, first and foremost, we'll start with the basics, news. The news very rarely has positive things in it, unfortunately, because, you know, going back to my little prologue there about Osama, people are very mean to each other, and it makes me very sad. And so watching the news, you know, I was a journalism student for a little while back, a couple years ago, and it made me very upset when I would follow news stories because of the amount of hate and violence and just disgusting acts of humanity that were committed by people on other people. So, you know, that being said, news is one thing that's on TV now that's not really very positive very often. The second thing that's on TV a lot is obviously reality TV. American Idol, The Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice, Biggest Loser, yada yada yada. I could go on for hours about those. Reality TV is fun, you know. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch real people doing things, and that definitely is, you know, tempting. But really, though, I think we need to draw the line, because John and Kate plus 8, really, shows like that just irritate the crap out of me. And although, that being said, I'm a huge American Idol fan. I was a Canadian Idol fan when Canadian Idol was around, but, well, I won't talk about that right now. It's a little, it's a touchy subject, we'll say. The other type of show, number 3, I guess, on my list, is crime dramas. Again, can't be a hypocrite. I love CSI. The first video that I posted, I did a little thing about Horatio Kane from CSI Miami and how cheesy their cold starts are. So I'm a big CSI fan. But when you take a step back and you look at, like, you know, channels, like their lineups for the evening, really, like, how many Law and Orders do we need out there? Okay, 3 different versions of CSI. I love CSI, but really, I don't need 3 different versions of it. Criminal Minds, love that show. But I don't even know the name of the new Criminal Minds. It's like Criminal Minds whatever with Forrest Whitaker. Mr. Whitaker, you're a talented actor, but no, not so much. The 4th on my list that I have an issue with, medical dramas. Again, I'm being hypocritical right now. I love Grey's Anatomy. Again, last night, video that I made, little blurb about Grey's Anatomy, Meredith having her miscarriage, yada yada yada. But really, how many shows do we need on TV about people getting deathly ill, like terminal diseases? What has become of the human race? Like, why do we need to watch each other getting sick or murdered? Not cool. Not cool, YouTube. Not impressed. Nothing against these shows. You know, it takes a lot of talent and a lot of time to put together shows like this, but there's too many of them. There's way too many of these shows, and I don't like it. Now to the good stuff. When my mom and I were talking the other night, we were discussing shows like Full House and Perfect Strangers, and, you know, even further back, Family Ties. Like, who remembers that show? What a great show. Who's the Boss? What else was there? Step by Step, not the best show, but whatever, it was pretty cool. I think I mentioned Family Matters, which was a pretty good show, except for 2 things about that show actually irritated the shit out of me. Number 1, the daughter, not Laura, not like the oldest daughter. There was another daughter at the beginning of the show. In the pilot episode, I think, it was like a different little girl that played her. I think her name was like... Oh, I don't even remember the girl's name. But in the pilot episode, there was some like random little girl that played the middle or the youngest child of the Winslow family. And then like the next episode, it was like some new chick, some new little girl, and she was never around. And they like never mentioned her ever. Like she just, whatever. The other biggest thing about Family Matters that I hated was Steve Urkel. Who in God's name thought up that character? I mean, really? Like, he had some funny moments, but holy crap. Like, again, nothing against the actor Jaleel White. Good job, because, you know, you did your, like, episodes with, like, Stefan Urkel, and where you were all, like, yourself, and you were, like, suave and stuff. If you're watching this, which you probably aren't ever going to watch this, but just in case. So, like, good acting job, but really, your character was so freaking annoying. It drove me insane. Perfect Strangers, that was a fantastic show. The theme song, like, love it. I will never forget that song until the day that I die. And just, like, the whole idea of it, like, come on, like, how funny was that? Like Larry Appleton and, like, Cousin Balky comes, like, from, like, some tiny little island to, like, live in Chicago, and, like, you know, it cracked me up. And, like, the shenanigans and the mayhem that they got into all the time, good stuff. It was hilarious. Full House had some cheese moments, especially near the end of every episode, where, like, Danny and Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey had to, like, rush up to DJ and Stephanie's bedroom to talk to the girls because they were upset about something. Little cheese, not gonna lie. But overall, you know, it was good family viewing. We're not gonna really discuss too much America's Funniest Home Videos when Bob Saget was the original host, because, well, if you've watched it, you'll know I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, like, I just really think it really saddens me, actually, because, as I mentioned earlier, I've got 2 little nephews, and, you know, I just want the best for them. And I really hope that at some point in the very near future, TV does, like, another 180, and they decide, you know what, let's go back to the basics, and, like, the good old-fashioned family sitcoms that need to be around all the time need to come back. And hopefully none of them will star Charlie Sheen. I'm not going to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. But anyways, YouTube, I just wanted to talk about that. It's my little rant for the night. It's a little more chill than last night's rant about stuff that I can't stand. It's not like I can't stand TV these days, because, like I said, I'm a big fan of a lot of the shows that are out there, but I just think that, you know, families, it's more for families. Like, they need something to sit down and watch with their kids, and you're not going to sit down with your kids and watch an episode of Law & Order SVU, because really, little kids don't need to know about rape and murder and all of the horrible things that, you know, people are unfortunately capable of doing to each other. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you like my rant. Please feel free to comment down there and let me know what you think, and give me your feedback, because I'm all about that stuff. And I really hope, again, you guys enjoyed watching, and have a good night.